You fucking heard it there. Today we're making this thing bloody start. It's happening. Right, we got fuel line, perfect. Vacuum, sort of advanced retard line thing. Yeah, you get it. We've also got a heater hose, little rocker things are finally turned up so we can stop it from leaking oil and put the rest of the oil in. We've got some new HT leads, higher quality ones, much better. A newer ignition coil for 12 volts if we do the conversion for ballast removal. And we've got a heater turned up. The annoying thing is no heater core or matrix or whatever you want to call it, so that's also now in the post, and hopefully as soon as that turns up we can plumb everything in. Other than that, let's get it all swapped on and get it going. Right, the rocker cover, I'm not quite exactly sure how these little pins go in. I've had a little guesswork at it. I'm guessing the rubber seal goes on the back end of this. I'm just not actually got a clue what these things are for. No idea. But either way, this is how I'm putting them on. Put the rubber seals in there with a little metal spacer, and I'm obviously going to push it down tight, and it surely will seal on the top here. So that's how I'm doing it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, please. So these things just screw in like so. I'll get the other one in as well, and then hopefully when I put the rest of the oil in, it doesn't just go pissing down the back of the engine. No one wants that to happen. I mean, maybe someone watching does, because I think it's funny, but I do not. I'm starting to think, don't jinx yourself. That is actually leaking. Can we see? A little bit, but you know, maybe cork gaskets are not the way forward. That's on as tight as it'll go as well, so yeah. Maybe I can untighten it a little bit and that'll help. Alright, rad is hastily shoved in. I did notice now that there is a bracket missing off the bottom, so you know, gotta find these things out, and there's a tiny little water leak, look. You can't really see it. Trust me, there's a teeny little water leak, which is coming from the hose on the back of here because the clamps are all ruined. Yes, I could put them on properly, but again, this is all coming straight back off, so what's the point? Just let it drip a little bit. Cool, we're nearly there, and then we'll see then if this one lead needs replacing. We'll crank it again and see what happens. This is it. I'm going to fucking prove it works. A little bit more of that. Definitely some of this, and fucking let's do it. Oh dearie no, that's not good. What it turns out to be is, so where that bolt is right there, that's where I'm guessing an oil pressure sensor is supposed to go. Best guess, but either way, oil's coming out of it. So I jammed the random bolt in there, sort of stem the flow, and yeah, I'll figure out what's supposed to go in there and replace it. And obviously this is supposed to be all mounted somewhere and all that kind of jazz, but we've had it running, so yeah, that's fucking awesome news. Awesome news. So I should probably point out what I managed to do in the end. I actually redid my fuse box using AI of all things. It's not quite the same because it's only for a 4-1, whilst mine's obviously like 8, but basically I had my ground in the wrong place. It still obviously didn't make a massive difference, but now the difference is when I turn the ignition, I actually have a light on my dashboard. My clocks light up, so yeah, something wasn't quite right. The rest of them I've got to still figure out. Excuse all the road noise behind me. Still got to figure out the rest of them and where it all goes. But what I'd done was the ballast conversion, and I think that is what it's given it its extra kick. So to do the ballast fit conversion, or removal, you basically join on from your white wire there, a new wire from the opposite side, trace it down, and then you go into your 12 volt coil. So make sure you buy the right one, or a sports coil, and you run into the live feed. And then what you unplug is, if you've got ballast, a pink and white wire. Mine's got a yellow one attached to it for some reason, who knows why. So you remove your pink and white wire. Pretty sure it does stay on there. Can we get it to focus? Can we balls? There we go, it says resistive. So there is the proof it's a ballast one. Remove those buggers, and then where that used to plug in is where your new wire goes. And that gives you 12 volts. You've got to be careful though, cranking it makes the battery wire pretty hot. So make sure your earths are good. Mine are obviously not so good, but they work either way. And the other thing I did was I kept on giving it just a tiny bit of a turn on this. It's probably still not perfect, hence why it's not running great. But you know, everything needs a fine tune now, and obviously the gaps on the spark plugs probably need doing, all that kind of jazz. But the main thing's there. It's running.